Revolt is a pay-as-you-go solar service for the base pyramid. We are targeting people in very rural areas that never had access to electricity, or if they did, it's very sporadic that they might have once or twice a year. We came in the country, there is a big problem with access to electricity, but also access to finance and money. People don't have lots of money to pay out $250, $300 for a unit or a solar powered unit that will provide you simple life. So we came up with this alternative where we offer a service. Our Revolt unit consists quite simply of a power pack, a solar panel and 3 lanterns, and with this unit you can have power every night 365 days of the year for a mere sum of $5 per month. This now is quite big in terms of people. We have done a survey and people were spending $22 on cell phone charging, kerosene, gas and batteries and candles. So this is an alternative to that, plus it's obviously more environmentally friendly, and also it gives people the light intensity out of it has been proven and is very good for children to study into the evening. Now in terms of when we first rolled it out, we obviously were looking at different models and have been researching this. When we first rolled it out, the enthusiasm from the customers was massive. Our demand is surpassing our supply, and the way to keep up. Obviously price is very important and is quite competitive, but to actually have light in their house, which they never had before, is just a new phenomenon. And now that they have light, it's like a social status. We installed the unit and they have 2 lights that are fixed structures. But to just give you a fact how important they do it, that they want one of the lights in the house, and they actually want to put one of the lights outside the house. It's to show the neighbours that they have light as well. So it's an aspirational thing. Now that we have come, our basic customers and that we're rolling out are quite happy with the service. But from the second day in, they're asking us about television, they're asking us about internet, they're asking us about various ironing and refrigeration, which we are a little bit away from at the moment, but these are basic things that we take for granted in the developed world, that the people in the developing world have a right and should get access to and are very eager to get access to. At the moment we would still, I would call it a market validation or pilot phase. Okay, our ultimate goal is to put at least 200 households impacting 1 million people with power in their hands so that they can have light and charge telephones within the next 3 years. While in Haiti, just to give you an example, there's 2.5 million households, and there is 180,000 of those will be connected to the grid, but this grid power can be non-existent at times. It doesn't work. So we want to go for 200,000 households impacting 1 million people. The reaction from the customer, excitement in general, and also in terms of they really saw it as a cost-saving benefit for them. Caribbean have been very helpful and continues to be helpful on the technical assistance. Everybody says, what is technical assistance, which I'm sure, but it's the likes of helping with marketing, with education, bringing the experts in. As much as we would like to do stuff in Haiti, with Haitians we do, but sometimes there's a knowledge gap which does exist in developing markets, and we try and bring in an external resource to, very importantly, which I would always do in Revolt, is capacity build. We need to capacity build within the market, and that will help. When I say within the market for Revolt, it will have an added benefit that we can define our marketing strategy. We can look at some technical assistance in terms of our unit, what we need to change in our unit. We can see what our PR is like, to the customer, especially then on the education, which is a massive part. In a country like this where the education isn't always ideal to what we would expect, the education aspect of Complete Caribbean is massive and has been very helpful. With Complete Caribbean coming in, it gives us a springboard and a step to accelerate where we want to go in the future. Also, financial assistance is obviously very beneficial, but other donors, and when we say donors, more so investors, we're lined up for investors. We don't want to be always using donor money. We want to be using private investment from businesses. And once we have used some of our donor money, which is Compete Caribbean, now we're in a very good position where it's venture capitalists and seed funders that are looking to come in. The idea of Compete Caribbean is to build a sustainable business model. Yes, we all use that word, but we all don't get there. Okay? Compete Caribbean has managed to bridge the gap between the funding that you need to get to that gap of building a sustainable business model. Currently, we are in talks with external investors that are very interested. Sometimes it's quite hard to find a partner. It's quite time consuming. Excuse me, we get to still continue with Revolt on the operational side with Compete Caribbean, while it gives us that time to work with finding the proper partner to grow the company in the future.